Alright, hey guys, it's Green K9 148 here, and I forgot to record the first bit of working on this clear wheel part, but I just remembered, so we're going to start from what we have here. Anyway, so we got the reference image of the fusion wheel that MF Zoom drew over here, and we have a reference image of Vulcan Horuseus, and it is a three-sided design, so we're going for a three-sided clear wheel here, and right now I'm working on texturing this kind of inner launcher prong part. And this is my first time designing an actual MFB clear wheel, so I'm doing it in Blender because I'm more comfortable in Blender, so hopefully we could hurry this process up and get this part packed up and done. And then I'll work on the kind of this part of the 4D wheel once MF Zoom sends me the core of it. And yeah, so that's the plan right now. And like I said before, this is my first time working on the actual MFB clear wheel. So what I have is the diameter reference of the cylinder. So this is kind of the widest it can be, and this is just a trick that I use to find out the limits of the design. And this is the tallest it can be. So if this overlaps with this, then it's not good. And right now it's under it, so it's good. And let's start working on this inner part. So we have this wavy design, and it's continued through here, and we're just gonna put this kind of pattern onto this inner part. And let's go to edit mode. And I believe it's positioned already, so let's just extrude downwards. And yeah, that looks good. And we're gonna put a cut in the middle, and then we can just lower all the edges as we want to get this kind of textured look. In a second, let's just select all of these, and yeah. Okay, so I think that looks good, and we're gonna see if we could reuse this kind of part. So let's copy this and let's paste it. Deselect this, select, and then let's try to scale it downwards if we can. And okay, so the middle matches up, and let's try to move the side parts a bit outwards so it lines up nicely with the edge of template. So we're gonna scale that a bit wider. And yeah, okay. So now we have this kind of middle part down, and it continues the wavy design, like the wing kind of feather design of the clear wheel. And let's just go over, copy, paste, and then rotate it to the other side. And what we're gonna look to do next for the clear wheel is we're gonna look to fill in the gaps between these three main parts. And then, so for ideas to do this, I am just kind of going freestyle because I don't have a reference image. We could either go kind of like this orb kind of design, or we can do kind of this Ankh-like design that is famous within Egyptian mythology. And I think we're going to try with this design first, and if it doesn't work, we can always go back to the standard orb-like design. So let's hop back into Blender, and let's insert a plane. We're going to go edit mode, and then we're going to go up. Let's say around nice even number, let's go 8. And then let's bring it over to, you want to view it from the top, and then boom. We're going to insert this here. And then, so let's just go, we're going to go back here and just study the image one more time before we go on. And yeah, all right, I think I got it. So there we go. This, and we're going to make a circle kind of like just like that. And then let's make this area a bit wider because we don't want to break. Actually, do I want to do that? Actually, we could just put a filler at the bottom so it doesn't do that. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. And let's try to make this as circular as possible, and then extrude this back in. Now we do have to be careful because this part goes in, so maybe let's move this part a bit outwards, this part a bit inwards, and so this part is longer without actually having to do this. I think this part has to be thinner. And yeah, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back to object mode, copy, paste onto the X side. We're gonna join, and we're gonna edit them, and we're just gonna merge all of the vertices into the center, so it lines up perfectly with the middle. And we're just gonna do that over and over again. We're gonna skip these vertices because we want that hole in the middle. And then yeah, so this looks like a pretty wide Ankh. We're gonna select these. I'm gonna scale that down a bit, And we're also going to scale this down, move that a bit. And I think we got to move this forward to kind of give it more of an oval shape. And let's scale these downwards, inward, I mean, and these two. And we got kind of an Ankh-like shape. Let's just move this back again. And then let's move this inward. Alright, so I think that's good enough because we do have to bridge this gap. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select everything, go back to the move tool, and we're going to go downwards. And that's a good height. Yeah, that's a good height. And we're going to go fill everything here. And just make sure everything lines up perfectly. Maybe a bit more downwards. Okay, too far downwards. 825. Alright, and now we have this overlapping pattern, so that indicates that we're good. And maybe let's texture this a bit as well. So we can go do that, and like that. Let's pull this downwards. I don't like this slanted pattern for the Ankh. And yeah, so I think that's good now. And then just select these outer parts. Yep, and then actually okay. And then let's go a little bit, maybe half a mil, not a bit. That's a lot actually, because it's not that tall to begin with. So let's go maybe a quarter. That's good. And yeah, and then next we're just gonna put filler. So let's add another plane. Move that up about, what did we do for the last one? 8, and then yeah, let's do 8. And then what we can do is we're gonna do this, kind of this. We're gonna be putting this. And then we're gonna mirror it over and join, same drill, merge to center and merge to center. Let's give a few more vertices just for if we're gonna use them later. And okay, that might be a problem. Not a problem, but that might be annoying because we got to fix that part. 9.4, negative 0.4, sounds maybe a little bit more. 4.5, not too much. 4.2. Alright, there we go. And then we're going to extrude upwards, and we're going to pull these vertices downwards, and we're going to do the same for the Ankh. Yeah, I'm going to pull these downwards. And I see we did not move these by accident, so we're going to move it to just about match it, and we should be good now. Let's go 120 because we need 3 of them, and a negative 120 to get to the other side. So the clear wheel is basically done. I just need to cut these parts out so it fits in the template. I'm gonna skip that part because that's kind of boring. But yeah, one cool detail that I'm gonna show you later is that we're gonna have this kind of Horuseus or Eye of Horus kind of gimmick going on here. But yeah, so let's see the finished product right about now. And so here we have the finished product. And yeah, I'll hand it over to MF Zoom, and I'll see you guys back when I have when I start working on the gimmick part of the 4D wheel. Hey guys, it's GreenK9148 again, and I almost forgot to record me modeling again. I mean, I kind of did, but since I'm in Fusion now for this part, we can go back in the timeline and see what we did. So I'm just gonna go through step by step of what I did, and then yeah. So right here we have what I think should be the finished product of Horuseus is what we're calling it, and so MS Zoom elongated some parts of the core, and um, after some discussion, we wanted to cut down on some parts of um, the 4D frame. Now, what I did was I just created one sketch actually, and I copy pasted it two times, and I just extruded it. And so if you press extrude, let's say, and then you drag this arrow upwards. Oh shit. Okay, so after my computer basically almost crashed for like 5 minutes or something, we finally have this thing extruded up. So as I was going to say, uh, you want to put uh, oh god, are you kidding me? Holy smokes, bro. Okay, this is the third time I'm trying to do this, but yeah, last time it kind of lagged out and it automatically joined, which is not what we want to do. What I did was oh my god, not again. Okay, finally back in Fusion after crashing for the third time, or something like that. But apparently my computer doesn't want to cooperate, so instead of actually showing you guys what I did, I'll just have to explain what I did. So I made a sketch of this object right here, and I turned it into 3D by clicking this extrude, and there will be an arrow that pops up, and boom, dragged it upwards to about 1 millimeter. Now I did 1 millimeter because we're gonna do something with this later, and what I did with it later, actually I already did it, was we took this and then we rotated it so that there was one on each of the three sides. So there's one here, which I actually still have the objects, and one here. And then from there on, and if you look overhead, uh, and we hide the core, this is what the cut shape would look like. And so you do this from the back. Yeah. Right, so I click this again, extrude, and then there will be this box over here, and there will be one drop down that says, I think the default is join, and if you click the drop down of join, there's gonna be like join, there's gonna be cut, intersect, new body, that kind of stuff, and then you just say cut, and then you raise this, you're gonna raise this arrow until the top, this is above the top of either blade, and while I did this, I also made sure to hide this part because I don't want it cutting this too. Like if you don't have this hidden and you raise it, it'll also cut this part. So that's important to note. And so it cut parts of this off and this off so we can get closer to the desired original picture. And then I just repeated the process for both of these sides. So now we have the finished product. And as a comparison, I was a little bit reluctant to shave a bit of this off because it is a pretty decent gap. And yeah, if you just see, hold on, rotate to the z-axis. If you, this is a pretty big gap, so you know this may cause breakage issues, but for aesthetic vibes, we do want to shave this down a bit because in the other mode, as we will see, if we undo that, yeah, it looks better if it's shaved off. So I went with kind of like a middle ground kind of compromise because Amazu wanted to shave a bit more off, but I want to keep it the same, so I went for kind of middle ground compromise. And I have this mesh original frame, and you can see what we cut off. So the green is what we cut off, and so yeah, it's about, I'd say, a little bit less than half of what we wanted, but you know, you have to find this nice middle ground between functionality and appearance, and that's what Beyblade is about. So yeah, I'm gonna send it back over into MS Zoom, and yeah, we'll go from there.